So you've probably already seen a ton of the headlines flying around over the last 24 hours claiming that not only can we expect a Nintendo Direct presentation to take place next week, but we actually know a few of the major games that Nintendo will reveal. And while these are technically leaks, and until Nintendo says something officially, I would normally tell you guys to temper your expectations and don't necessarily expect this stuff to come true unless if we actually get the confirmation. But with the particular account that we are talking about, I'm actually rather going to do a spoiler warning where if you don't want to know any of the Nintendo Direct announcements ahead of their official reveal, I would click off the video at this point in time, because the account in question is Pyoro over on Twitter, and we have a flawless track record for this individual so far, and they've gotten some things that quite honestly are just too hard to guess. We got specifics for Super Mario Bros. Wonder, with Wonder being the name. I mean, who guessed it would have been Wonder before that actually was revealed to us? And they also showed all the emojis referencing numerous creatures in the trailer. Like, they definitely watched the trailer ahead of the announcement. Then they teased an SNES Classic remake returning, and that of course was Super Mario RPG. Prior to that, we had them leak the exact reveal date for Everybody 1-2 Switch. And most recently, we've even had them leak the N64 NSO announcement in Excitebike 64 ahead of Nintendo officially revealing that. This person has too much stuff right. How they're getting the information, I don't know, but it could be something tied to Nintendo of America's YouTube account or Nintendo of Japan's YouTube account for that matter. We don't know where this individual is from, but my theory is if Nintendo uploads trailers and presentations and has them set to private until they are ready to go live, this person gets a look at it and definitely knows what is around the corner when it comes to new game announcements. Now, why Pyoro has not confirmed that next week is the week that the Direct will take place, you would assume that because we are getting all of this talk online about what's going to be at the Direct, that at this point in time, next week, most likely Wednesday, the 13th, is indeed the date for the full mainline September Nintendo Direct presentation. And we are now going to talk about the leaked games that have been revealed so far that will be at this presentation. So final warning, click off if you don't want any spoilers, and we will go in order of the games that I am most hyped for to see potentially at this showcase, because first up we have a Princess Peach game that has no title right now, and this, according to Pyoro, will be at the Nintendo Direct. I think this is honestly just a safe bet in general, because of course Nintendo's going to give us some kind of title, some kind of loose launch window, and probably a deeper look at the game. But the untitled Princess Peach game that we know to expect at some point in 2024 will absolutely be at this Direct, and I think that that's a welcome addition, but not surprising by any means. Now, the next title is one that we have talked about on the channel at length for far too long at this point in time, and that is something F-Zero that is headed to the Nintendo Switch. I do personally believe that this could be F-Zero GX Remastered. It could also be a new game, but I am kind of thinking that Nintendo may want to test the waters with an HD remaster of F-Zero GX and see how it sells before they go and pour in development dollars into an entirely brand new iteration. As you can see, the following tweet, which reads, "Let's just say fans of certain MATLAB function will be happy with the upcoming Direct." Now, I will not claim to know the details of what MATLAB is, but apparently it is a common coding language online, and F-Zero is a commonly used phrase within this code, and pretty quickly fans online figured out that that's what this was teasing. So yes, the long-awaited return for F-Zero to Nintendo in 2023 is here. To further back this up, we have Silex Hunter replying to this, and Pyoro hearting the reply with kind of a bro handshake gif. And of course, this is in reference to Silex Hunter's cryptic reveal of something they knew about that Nintendo had not announced yet, which translated to "you got boost power," that many people quickly realized is said in F-Zero GX. And another reason I think it's F-Zero GX Remastered instead of a brand new from the ground up F-Zero title is when somebody was guessing on Silex Hunter's tweet way back saying, "I can't wait for a new F-Zero game to be revealed." Silex Hunter said, "Maybe temper your expectations a little bit, but yes, you are correct," insinuating that it might not be a brand new game, but rather probably something that we are familiar with. And what better than F-Zero GX? Pyoro has also ruled out the likelihood that this could be the F-Zero game from Game Boy Advance, so it will not be that NSO reveal. He is talking about a true up Nintendo Switch F-Zero reveal, and I am hyped and ready for it. We could be talking about 30-player online multiplayer for F-Zero GX. Even if it's just that game with online play touched up with HD visuals, I will be more than happy to jump back into it. It's got a super high difficulty level, so be aware of that. There are multiple difficulties, but you have to have legitimately fast reactions to play a racing game like F-Zero, and it's a ton of fun, and I can't wait to dive back into it personally. Now, the other game that was teased, and to be fair, we don't necessarily know that it's actually a Nintendo Switch game or if it's a NSO drop or just something in this particular franchise being revealed, period. But we have the following tweet from Pyoro, which is a DK roll through gif from the Super Mario Bros. Movie, insinuating that yes, Donkey Kong is back in some way, shape, or form. There are a couple different things this could be. We do have outstanding N64 games that have not been added into Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack at this point in time, walking into next week in the Direct. Could Nintendo hold an updated roadmap trailer, even though we are missing a couple titles like Mario Party 3 and 1080 Snowboarding, but actually reveal that something like Donkey Kong 64 is one of the big focal points and selling points for why you would want to renew your expansion pack subscription, because it is going to be on the way. That is the safer bet, and maybe if you want to have your expectations on the lower side, maybe set your expectations for that, which even if that's all this is, I will still be hyped for it, because anything Donkey Kong in the modern day, since it's been so long, just quite honestly gets me very excited. So yes, it could be something as small as that. Or on the other side of the coin, we do have the strong possibility that Nintendo will reveal what is next for Donkey Kong, whether that be a 2D iteration that's a follow-up from Tropical Freeze. We have heard a lot of rumors that the country moniker will be dropped from Donkey Kong, so this could be an entirely fresh direction for DK. May we see it be a true 3D, brand new from the ground up DK game? Or could it be something like Kirby's Forgotten Land, which of course adapts a 3D world but has the more centered and fixed camera as you progress throughout the levels? Who knows what Nintendo is planning with Donkey Kong, but when you stop and look back at the history of how long it's been since we've had something new for DK, this is a very hype announcement, regardless of what it ends up being, because yes, Tropical Freeze was originally a Wii U game, and if you're somebody like me that owned the Wii U, it has legitimately been since 2014 since you've picked up a brand new, fresh Donkey Kong experience on a Nintendo console, which you might realize 2014 is almost 10 years ago. So I personally am super hyped about these potential reveals. It's one of those things, guys, that as we walk forward to this Direct, if you want to continue to avoid spoilers and actually go into it without kind of knowing what to expect, you may want to kind of go into the dark on Twitter and social media and things like that, because this is going to be all over your YouTube feed if you watch Nintendo Switch news channels like this. Pyoro himself opened up his tweets with saying mute his account if you don't want to have things spoiled, but of course they get talked about online from every media channel. So again, fair warning to everybody out there, if you don't want to know what's around the corner in the Direct, this particular leaker is legitimate enough to say these are spoilers, not just potential leaks. So make sure to be aware of that. Although I will say that even though I would kind of like to just have the raw excitement of, oh, Nintendo's revealing F-Zero and Donkey Kong at this event, I also think that because we don't know exactly what these projects are, but just that they will be there in some way, shape, or form, that is a very exciting prospect and still has all of the unknown and all of the details yet to be revealed. So we'll just have to wait and see until hopefully by Wednesday of next week, when we're talking about all of the official announcements after they've been confirmed. But I really want to hear from you guys at this point in the video, your personal thoughts and opinions on the new round of Nintendo Switch game leaks ahead of the Nintendo Direct. Are you excited for any of these? Are you like me and you're super hyped to see the return of F-Zero and Donkey Kong after all these years? Do you think that there's a chance that these leaks aren't accurate, and even though Pyoro's track record up to this point in time is spotless, that somehow this particular info is no good? But regardless of your thoughts and feelings on everything we talked about today, I do look forward to hearing from you all in the comments down below before you leave the video, as I do look forward to getting a back and forth conversation started with you all around these topics. Go watch yesterday's video next if you haven't already, which is on screen right now. Also make sure you like, subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next video.